This isn't the kind of thing you admit to. It's not even something I'm proud of, but I did it and it's part of who I was. For a few years, I made a living helping people vanish. Not in the traditional sense. No witness protection programs or new identities. What I did was messier, riskier, and a lot darker. It started as a favor for a friend. He was in deep with some bad people, loan sharks to be exact, and he needed out. But instead of fleeing the city or trying to pay them back, he wanted to fake his own death. He figured if they thought he was gone, they'd stop coming after him. It was a stupid plan, but he was desperate, and I was naive enough to think I could help. We staged a car crash. I won't go into the details, but it involved a stolen vehicle, a remote stretch of highway, and a mannequin dressed in his clothes. The hardest part was getting the car to burn hot enough to destroy any evidence that the body wasn't real. It worked, though. The cops chalked it up to a tragic accident, and my friend disappeared to Mexico with a burner phone and a few $1,000 I scraped together for him. Word got out about what I'd done, and soon other people started coming to me. Most of them weren't criminals, at least not at first. They were regular people in over their heads, debt, abusive relationships, business failures. They all wanted the same thing: to escape their lives without a trace. At first, I was selective. I only helped people I thought deserved a second chance. But as the money started rolling in, my standards slipped. I stopped asking questions about why they wanted to disappear and focused on how much they were willing to pay. It's not as easy as it sounds. Making someone vanish takes planning, precision, and a willingness to bend every rule in the book. You have to cover their tracks, bank accounts, social media, medical records. People leave a digital footprint everywhere, and erasing it is a full-time job. Then there's the physical side of things. You need a believable story, a convincing body if necessary, and a plan for where they'll go once they're dead. The hardest part was always the families. Some people didn't care. They were running from toxic relatives or estranged spouses. But others had kids, parents, people who would grieve for them. I'd lie awake at night, thinking about the lives I was tearing apart. But the money kept coming, and I kept telling myself I was doing something noble, giving people a fresh start. Then I met Darren. Darren was a businessman, or so he said. He came to me with a story about embezzlement and a partner who was threatening to take him down. He needed out fast and was willing to pay double my usual fee. I didn't like him. He was too smooth, too confident, like he thought he could charm his way out of anything. But I took the job because the money was too good to pass up. We staged a drowning. It's a classic for a reason. No body, no crime. Darren was supposed to go out on a fishing boat, leave behind some personal belongings, and vanish into the ocean. I had everything planned down to the minute. What I didn't know was that Darren wasn't running from his partner. He was running from the cops. The plan went off without a hitch at first. Darren left his boat drifting in the harbor, and I made sure it was found the next morning with just enough evidence to suggest he had fallen overboard. But a week later, I got a package in the mail. No return address, no note, just a flash drive. I plugged it into my computer, and my stomach dropped. It was footage of Darren, alive and well, sitting in a hotel room with a pile of cash and a smirk on his face. He looked directly into the camera and said, "Thanks for the assist." That wasn't the worst part. The flash drive also included photos of me, walking to my car, sitting in a cafe, even inside my apartment. Darren had been watching me the whole time, and now he had enough evidence to ruin me if I ever tried to expose him. I tried to reach out, but he was gone. His phone was disconnected, his accounts wiped clean. Had played me, and there was nothing I could do about it. For weeks, I lived in fear, waiting for the cops to knock on my door or for Darren to resurface and demand more from me. But nothing happened. He disappeared, just like ID helped so many others do. That was my last job. I deleted my client list, destroyed my equipment, and moved to a different city. I even got a regular job. Nothing glamorous, just something to pay the bills and keep me under the radar. Sometimes I wonder what happened to Darren. Did he stay hidden, or did he screw over someone even worse than him? They'll probably never know. But every now and then, I get a feeling like I'm being watched, a car that seems to follow me too long, a stranger who lingers a little too close. Maybe it's paranoia, or maybe it's karma catching up to me. I still think about the people I helped. Are they happier now, living their new lives? Or did they trade one set of problems for another? I'll never know that either. All I know is that I'm done running for now.